Hello class, this video is to show you how to make a Notan in Google Drawing. Once you've opened your Google Drawing, make sure it says your name at the top. It should automatically do that since it was in our Google Classroom. The first thing I like to do is make a background. This black and white checkerboard, or gray and white checkerboard, is like a transparent background. So the first thing I want to do is go to Shapes and click on Rectangle. Then I'm going to fill the background from one corner to the other corner. If it's not perfect, that's okay. You can always tweak it. Then I want to change what color I want the background. So you can have it just plain white, like a typical Notan would have, or you could have it a colorful background. Maybe you want it like pink or blue or something. You could do that too. So then I click off my background. And now I want to make a perfect square. So I'm going to go back to that shape tool. And when you click on rectangle, you can make a perfect square by pressing down Shift on your keyboard when you click and drag. Then it will make sure it is a square instead of a rectangle. So clicking Shift on your computer will make it that way. So I've got my square and I want to put it in the center, and you can tell where the center is by these lines. So I know it's centered this way because that red line's showing up. And then I know it's centered that way because that red line shows up. But get it as close as you can. Alright, so then I want to change the color of this. So again, I'm going to go to that fill color. And I'm going to make mine black. So now I have my black square in the center. Now I want to make my shapes that I'm going to flip off the side. So I'm going to click off, go to the shape tool. I'm going to start with a simple triangle. And I'm going to draw that triangle. And now it is pink. So if I want a black and white Notan, I can change this to white. And then I want to copy this. Now you can do this one of two ways. You can either right click or double tap on your Chromebook to get copy, and then do it again and get paste. Now that way is difficult for some, so another way to do it is to press Control V on your keyboard, or Control C copies it and Control V pastes it. So I don't need that many. I was just telling you how to do it. So I got my first one that I copied, but I need to get it to flip so it has symmetry. So I want to right click or double tap and then go to rotate. And when it's on the bottom, we want to flip it vertically, so up and down. So it flips that way, and I take it and drag it that way. Now, if you don't want these black lines around it, the border is what's making that. So I can go to where the pencil is and tell it to be transparent with no border, and then I won't get that line. And I think that's happening on that one too. So if I don't want that little black line, make sure they're right on the edge. And there we go. So another way you can make your shapes is with the line tool. If you use the curve, it will fill in a shape for you as long as you begin and end at the same place. So I'm going to start on an edge. I'm going to draw in, and I'm just clicking and making a shape happen, clicking, 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 and going back to where I started, and it filled it in. So I'm going to change this to a white shape with no border. And then I'm going to use the Control C to copy it and Control V to paste it. Now I want to make sure I'm clicked onto it. So if you're not clicked on, go to the Select Cursor tool. And then we're going to flip this one, but this one, when we go to rotate, this one we want to flip horizontally to its side, left to right. So this one will flip that way. Another tool you could use besides the curve tool is just the scribble. That's like freehand. Now this won't create a shape, it'll create a line. So I'm going to start at the edge and just swirly line, go to the edge. Now it's black right now, so I want to make sure it's white so you'll see it. You can make it thicker with line weight, so you can play around to see how thick you want it to look. And then once you get out how you want it to look, make sure it's selected. So don't select the square tool. I've done that before. Make sure the line is selected. And press Control C, Control V to make a copy. And this time, when we rotate, we want it up and down, so we want vertically. Oh, it was on the square. See, I told you I've done it before. So, rotate vertically. I'm going to move it off. Sometimes when I have a problem and I keep flipping the wrong thing, it's easy if I just move it away from other things. There we go. So if you have a difficulty, just keep trying, moving it, making sure you're on the right thing. So, oh, that one looks cool when I rotate it. All right, and then the one last thing I want to show you is if you use something like a circle, and I'll make that white with no border. If I copy this and paste it with Control C, Control V, then I just move it over and I don't have to do any flipping. But I do want to make it so this is a Notan, so all these ones that are outside the black, I want to make black. So it has that Notan, the balance of black and white in its symmetry. So I'm changing all of these to black. And there I go. Now, if you are feeling more advanced, you can always put shapes inside of other shapes. So that's how you'll get more technical pieces. So if I put a black triangle inside, but then I copy it, I'm going to change it to white actually, and no border, and rotate it vertically so that there's a little black triangle in the white one and a white one in the black one. You can get more complex designs that way. So you can get as simple or as complex as you want on this, but I do want to see at least one thing on each side. All right, have fun creating.